The following podcast contains strong language and ridiculous cartoon scenarios conjured up by two self-proclaimed comedy wizards. Between you and me, they're more like Saturday morning court jesters fueled by sugary cereal. But either way, the opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their well-intentioned hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Unless, of course, you want to pay them to say something else. Could always use a new pair of shoes.
Ho, 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 and hello, everybody. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from reviewparty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
We are joined today by a very special guest. Yeah. In the spirit of Christmas, this is Chris.
Sorry, I was so excited to say I'm Chris. I just wanted to pop in.
I was rambling on. Yeah, you guys might recognize him as the disclaimer guy from the top of every episode. He's our good buddy, Chris.
It's what everybody at work calls me too. It's disclaimer guy. I've never done a disclaimer though. It's weird. I don't know. I don't get it.
Maybe you'd be a good like OSHA, the OSHA guy. You know, the safety dude who walks around and tells people stuff. Yeah, that's where they're pushing it to.
I could live with that. It's better than being told I have a face for radio. So
you're a handsome guy, Chris. Let the record show. Chris is a handsome dude.
I literally every time somebody says, "Well, you got a great voice for radio," I have a great face for radio, and they always think it's hilarious, and it's not a good joke. It isn't.
Yeah, we got our buddy. Chris is here playing the hits, everybody, and that just feels like, you know, everyone's got a cousin you see at Christmas time, and they're just playing the hits. It's the same joke you've heard for the last 10 years.
It still tickles.
It's yeah, in the case of Chris, it's so funny. It still tickles.
I've built a 15-year comedy career on like 6 jokes, so let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. I think I'm going to get started with a review here. Play the jingle bells. I'm going to start it hot. All right. We're getting hot with Santa's Cookies, Mistletoe, Montana, Book 1 by L. Nicole. Yeah, this is a Kindle book. I think it's free. What's Kindle Unlimited? Oh, it's 99 cents if you don't have whatever that is. Sorry, Amazon. There goes the Amazon sponsor again. The Santa's Cookies, it's very obvious from the color. This is smut, folks.
From the color, sure. Not from the maybe the naked lady on the front.
No, the cover. The cover, excuse me. Yeah, she is wearing a little Santa outfit. She's biting her finger, looking at something. Perhaps it's stimulating. I picked this review because, you know, I think it's fantastic. This is a review from Leslie Neville of Amazon. She titles it "All the Christmas Feels." She writes, "Santa's Cookies was so very adorable. I never got into the Hallmark Christmas movies. Small kids and leisure time around the holidays don't really go together. But if I did, I would want them all to be just like this. Chrissy runs a bed and breakfast in Mistletoe, Montana, a town that is all about Christmas. Things are good, but she's a little lonely and doesn't see that ending anytime soon. That is until a car crashes and handsome businessman Maddox drops into her lap. Maddox is less than thrilled about Christmas and all the things that go with it, like snow, are interfering with business. It's a nuisance. Let me tell you, it's a waste of time. So when he crashes, it's just another thing on the list of things not going his way. When he lays eyes on Chrissy, suddenly he isn't too upset about being stuck. Can a workaholic recognize the gift right in front of him? A sweet romance brought about by the hand of fate. I got all the Christmas feels in one little novella. I can't wait to make my way through the entire Mistletoe, Montana series. 5 stars.
Wow.
I like some Christmas feels too.
Dude, someone is getting Christmas feeled up. Nice. Santa's Cookies maybe as well. I just feel someone hire this woman. That was maybe it was so cliche that of a lifetime description of a thing that they couldn't, but wow.
That's imagine. Like a professional blurb writer right there.
Yeah, Leslie Neville. Well, remember the name.
I feel like Professional Blurb Writer might already be a Hallmark movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not positive, but I think I've seen that one.
Maddie, a professional small-town blurb writer, is so used to her mundane life, and she could never break the cycle. That is until a plane crashes into her building, piloted by Jeffrey, spelled with a G-E. Jeffrey's got huge abs and a hard cock, and it'll make her forget about her cookies.
Well,
that took a turn. You can't say the thing, can you?
That's
can't.
true.
You can't say
You got to
the
be
thing.
conservative.
You gotta, yeah. See, I'm not a professional like Leslie. I derailed into juvenile humor.
I feel like that's the beauty of naming your male lead something like Maddox, though, right? Like Maddox is about two things: boning and like existing in a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
So if this Christmas thing, becomes a nuclear winter, that's just another book in Mistletoe, Montana.
Nuclear Christmas winter is so good.
Nuclear Christmas winter.
Like I would tune in for Nuclear Frosty, the series, 100%.
Death Whale, a hot single on the Christmas Turnpike, the Hell Christmas Turnpike, is living her day chasing off barbarians from her small settlement. That is until she meets Drifter. Who's the Mad Max? Is it just Max? Mad Max?
Mad Max, yeah.
Yeah, until he just goes by Mad Max in this story. Hey, I'm Mad Max. And then there's, we haven't even addressed the Santa's cookie in the room, that these books be about describing doing it. This is smut. This is pornography for Karens and the like.
All right, I'm going to jump in on this because I read multiple articles. I'm talking like Vox articles, even about Hallmark Christmas movies. And one of the best descriptions that I read was that the Hallmark movies are like those towns in Twilight Zone episodes where the protagonist realizes everything is subtly off, but it slowly gets more and more off. And instead of wising up and getting out of there like all those characters in the Twilight Zone do, the people in Hallmark movies just decide, yeah, I'm going to stick around. This is better. This is more friendly, more safe, more conservative America.
Well, it's because they have the Christmas feels.
Yeah, the Christmas feels.
Speaking of Christmas feels, the second book in the Mistletoe, Montana series is Winter Vibes.
Winter Vibes. Is Maddox reprising his role, or is Maddie moving on?
Oh, let's take a closer look.
Also, our batteries included in Winter Vibes.
Oh, hopelessly, some ladies hopelessly in love with Cole, my brother's best friend.
Cole, come on.
Yeah, Cole's the guy in this one. I think each one
Coal.
I think each one in the series is the origin story of a different couple in the small Christmas village. And by that I mean town. But guess how many books are in this bad series? I mean, bad as in badass, of course. Series. Can you guys
18?
12 Days of Christmas.
Wow, Matt nailed it.
Yeah,
it's 17 books.
Price is Right. I'm done.
Before we move on, I just quickly like to go through the names because that's really these. Honestly, there are so many reviews I could have picked. That's I kind of went with the generalist silly one, but each one is a treasure trove of weird reviews if anyone likes to dig a little deeper out there, folks. Anyway, the third one is called Her Christmas Soldier. The next one is called His Big Package. His Snow Angel. This was the one where I was clicking on something, and as the page was loading that split second, I saw the title and I immediately clicked back and scrolled down to find it again, because I if I had something in my mouth I would have spit taked. But anyway, it is called Simply Stuffed. That's part 7. Her Christmas Promise, Tangle My Tinsel, Christmas Wish, Whiskey Holiday, Sleigh Bride, and she is definitely ready to do doggy style on the cover of that one. That one makes me uncomfortable. So you guys all have to be too. Naughty or Nice, Nick's Candy. It's a man looking down at his penis. Christmas Carol, His Holiday Dare, and Cold Killjoy.
Wait, was one called A Christmas Carol?
No, just I think it's a woman named Carol, and it's called simply Christmas Carol.
I was gonna say, I feel like that title's taken. By the way, have I told you guys about my spec script? I'm calling it Lord of the Rings.
Tiny Tim's gonna. I wonder if Tiny Tim's in Christmas Carol. That's the name of the guy she's banging.
It's not so Tiny Tim though, right?
This one's subtitle is Crude, Surly, Mean. That was the reputation of Cyrus Martinez had, especially this time of year.
Cyrus.
Until he meets Christmas Carol.
Cyrus Martinez really plays hard to that Persian Mexican audience people are looking for.
I mean, I imagine this guy is hot. This guy hates Christmas. He looks like Fabio's
the real Jesus is what I was gonna say.
That's the name of the next book in the series. Mistletoe, Montana, Book 18, The Real Jesus.
And I only mentioned Jesus to move to this next review. Every year at this time, the same sort of argument gets brought up, or you see the same stickers on the backs of cars. Keep Christ in Christmas. It's about Jesus. It's not about giving gifts. So with that spirit in mind, I have justified bringing this review to the show today. Also because it was listener submitted. This is submitted by listener Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. This is a review for the 50 pieces American cartoon My Little Pony stickers available on Amazon. I have 2 reviews of drastically different experiences. So, starting with Nicholas Foss, who titles his review Vulgar Images and Wording. I am so glad that I chose to look through these stickers before gifting them. I am absolutely repulsed by the use of a vulgar swear word and the even more repulsive image of using Jesus in such a disrespectful manner. And they have a picture attached. One sticker is a little pink pony, and it has a little banner underneath of it, and it says, "Fuck off." And the other one is a picture of, like, not photorealistic Jesus, but painted realistic Jesus holding a My Little Pony in his arms. Nicholas Foss gives it 1 star. On the other side of the spectrum, Cheshire Cat titles their review, Check them first, but they're great. I bought them for my daughter. I should have looked through them first. We had 3 that weren't appropriate, but the rest were. They certainly made us laugh. My son and husband fought over the Jesus one. Cry laughing emoji. They're great quality. MLP has a fan base of all ages, so I should have known. Thanks for the great stickers. 5 stars.
It takes all kinds. Different strokes for different folks.
Right. Jesus belongs in Christmas and also in My Little Pony is the way that I'm looking at it.
I suppose. Even if they say F off on the on the banner.
Even more so.
I suppose. You know.
I mean, if you're going to believe in ponies and unicorns, why not Jesus too?
Oh, that was that. Jesus. That's a little Reddit/atheist humor.
I belong to a congregational church. I'm just making jokes.
But receipts, he's got Christian receipts, folks.
Matt's just pushing hard for that brony audience. He's got his edgy humor. He's got his My Little Pony reference.
Come on out, fellas.
Yeah, we've gone for a lot of different markets. Knife enthusiasts, Brent's friends and family, the people from Connecticut, but yeah,
and Virginia, shout it out to you guys.
What up, Virginia? We got a lot of peeps out there. What up, Virginia? Send us an email, reviewparty.com@gmail.com.
Meet Virginia.
We'd love to hear Merry Christmas from y'all. After all, this is the Christmas episode. Anyway, Is there a Christmas My Little Pony? What cutie mark would Jesus have?
Let me see if I can get a.
Don't Google that, dude. You'll fall into a pit you'll never be able to crawl out of.
There are a lot of images, and it's just taking up a whole lot of power. In the picture of all of them, they like just barely positioned everything so that you can't see that it says
I think it's
"fuck
the first
you"
time
or
I've
"fuck
ever
off."
heard you utter.
It's just that's the most I've said this in a long time.
Right, that's for the bit. It's in the name of the bit, Jesus. All right. He'll see you in the confessional on Sunday.
So
we'll patch this up.
If God can say, "Just saying, you gotta leave the planet," like he did in the review last week, Jesus can be cool with a pony.
I think Jesus is just. I don't know why, but I've always thought of Jesus as a really cool, relaxed guy. I don't, not much. Got him bugged, dude. He was just an all around, probably the nicest dude ever.
Yeah,
that's just my take, on the guy.
A good take.
I want to pose a question on My Little Ponies because I'm going to admit I'm aware of the phenomenon, but I am not by any means knowledgeable about My Little Pony. In a fight, should I take My Little Pony or Care Bears?
Well, I know it's my personal bias. Like when I was a kid, I was a Care Bears fan.
Like that's where I was for sure.
To me, Care Bears are as strong as like Power Rangers, right? Minus the mechs. If Care Bears just don't have the mechs, but I mean, Power Rangers still fight some bad dudes.
Yeah, on limited information, I'm gonna have to go Care Bears too. I do know that My Little Ponies, they're like there can be underwater seahorse ponies, which is an advantage I don't know that Care Bears have.
We're fighting on all terrain. We're simulating all variables.
Yeah, but
Care Bears though they're airborne. That air superiority is tough to beat.
And there'd be like elephant Care Bears, raccoon, the Care Bear cousin, the Care Cousins,
Care Bear clan,
Care Cousins, call. That's that shit they said.
That's real.
I thought you were making a Thundercats joke.
You guys haven't seen the Care Bears movie? You be in here talking about Care Bears and you haven't seen the theatrical masterpiece, Care Bears the movie?
Nope.
Yeah.
There's a scary funhouse scene. Care Bears the movie is scary. It's one of those 80s kids animated movies that has a scene that's just scary for some reason.
Drugs. It's trying to scare you away from drugs.
Yeah, they like go to the evil guy's funhouse where no one cares about them, and they like, it's all trippy and acid trips, bad acid trip, like Fear Fest going through. But anyway, the way they get saved is the Care Cousins. The Care Bear cousins show up, and they're all different types of animals. You got elephants, you got raccoons. I think there might be owl. And those guys kicked ass. And when they did the Care Bear stare, the elephant will go, Care Cousins, call. And they'd shoot shit out their stomach. I think Care Bear shoot laser beams. They got cousins.
Yeah. They got powerful bellies.
With powerful bellies. I'm sure. I don't know shit about My Little Pony either.
They sing songs a lot.
Care Bears? Do Care Bears be singing? I don't remember.
I feel like they were. Is there a like cartoon for that age group that does not involve like significant song?
True. Do you guys remember who your favorite Care Bear was?
No.
I liked the dude with the rain cloud. Or the purple one. I think the purple one was Sleepy One. That dude, he would just like walk in and like fall asleep with his blankie. I could relate, dog.
I can't tell if you're just naming dwarves and just pulling the fleece over our eyes.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
The blue one or the green one? I don't know.
The blue one or the green one. Look, Matt, you probably would like Champ Bear or whatever. I promise I have not watched Care Bear shit for 15 years at least. It's wild that I'm
able to recall.
Yeah, I think it's just so imprinted so much on my memory because I like, You know when you used to watch VHSs so much you burn them out? You like your VCR didn't eat them. It just stopped working because you like stripped it of all its ink. That's what Care Bears was to me. But anyway, there's Champ Bear. He wears he had like a Letterman jacket. His little Care Bear symbol was a trophy, and he had a sweatband, and he likes sports. And he had a little Jufro, if I recall correctly. So Matt, right up your alley.
Perfect. Yeah. Happy holidays, everyone.
Chris, I don't know. Is there like
I think Tender Heart. I'm looking this up right now. I believe Tender Heart Bear is the toy that I had sitting on like a shelf for years and years.
Yeah. I'm deep in the wiki, bro. I cross-examined 37 different personality surveys. Looks like I'm a Tender Heart Bear.
How did you know?
He found you. You know, you didn't. It sounds like you didn't find him. He found you. Oh yeah, Tender Heart's sort of the main character, I think, right?
Wasn't it? I thought it was the rainbow guy. Was the?
Oh,
I don't know. That's the guy I always think of as like flagship masthead Care Bear.
I think Love a Lot would be a flagship.
I feel like the merch, like the blue sad bear was like a phenom, dude. Like everybody's aunt had like a little tattoo in the 90s of that bear being sad, or like, you know, taking pictures of their baby with the bib with that sad bear on it. Maybe that's just a coincidence that I remember that so much, but no, that boy got everywhere. Oh, and then there's the Lucky Bear. Who likes that guy?
Hey, he's green.
Irish people?
Just a holiday bear. Just shows up every March and continues on his merry way.
They were definitely hitting on that, like, oh, we need a Care Bear for March to make some buku bucks.
We're here to talk about Christmas, okay?
Yeah, sorry. I'll take the blame on that one.
Oh, Wish Bear. I feel like every sad elementary school girl like had a Wish Bear hoodie in like 89.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, should I read a review here?
If you'd like.
This is a pretty quick one. This is for Swiss Miss Marshmallow Hot Chocolate. You guys have any fond memories of hot chocolate at this time of year?
Burning my mouth. It's not fun, but that's a memory.
It's about right. I'm much more a coffee guy than a hot chocolate guy. For like earlier than I probably should have been drinking coffee.
Oh, you were one of those. You were one of those 12-year-olds that would down a cup of Joe, huh?
I had the realization this summer. I was walking by like a Starbucks in my hometown, and there was a bunch of like high schoolers who weren't old enough to drive, and I was like, "What are they doing?" And I was like, "Ah, shit, that was me when I was that age. Like, I'm the worst."
No, up until I was like 25, I still was like drinking juice boxes, like drinking Kool-Aid. Like that was my coffee. But these days, you know, I'm a little bit more mature. Much like our reviewer K-Bell from Target.com.
Before you go, I remembered I remembered a memory of hot cocoa. It was when I was in the Cub Scouts and testing out which Boy Scout troops I wanted to join. They had you go all around this preserve where we were going to camp, and you go over there, you can do some orienteering. You go over there, and that's where we've got the solar ovens that are going to fail to cook that chicken to a safe temperature. And I remember completely dipping out on the knot tying to just go get cocoa in a little styrofoam cup. And when one of the dads came over, I was there with another Cub Scout, and his dad came over. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And I said, "We're not tying." And I was so happy with that. Because we were supposed to be not tying.
An actor. Yeah, an actor since day one. A real man of the bit.
Anyway, to the review.
Yeah, our buddy K-Bell from Target.com would recommend. I recommended getting some more marshmallows to add because the moment the water hits the mix, they're gone. 4 stars.
Not wrong.
Is K-Bell that raccoon from the GIF where she puts the cotton candy in the water?
and it fizzles out, and the raccoon is like it just saw fucking magic, like real magic for the first time. That's what hit me about it, Chris. I was like, these marshmallows just fucking disappearing? Where they hit the water and matter erase. Call Bill 9. Buddy, what? Do an episode about this one.
There's a loud bang as a massive fission reaction takes place in the mug. Wasn't they killed because of this Swiss Miss?
I mean, sounds delicious and heartwarming.
That's why you got to blow on it before you take a drink.
Because of the fission.
It's really hot fission.
Otherwise, you're in a Maddox post-apocalyptic situation. You don't want that.
Hey, Bill, don't drink the hot cocoa because of the fission, Bill. Remember that guy? The guy with deep voice who would say, Bill?
Yeah.
Comedy! Nailed it!
But I agree with K-Bell. Those little marshmallows, they're not, what they signed up for wasn't boiling water just being dumped on them. They're not built to handle that. Am I wrong?
No, I think that's fair. This is like the do you guys have you guys ever used an electric kettle where you get the multiple temperature settings?
Oh,
so
yeah.
it isn't just boil. I feel like this is a situation. Nobody tested those marshmallows for 212. It's preposterous.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta eat that water up to child temperature, child heat or whatever.
Bath water.
There, when I worked at Starbucks, there was a woman that ordered child temperature hot cocoa every morning. A very nice person. Just to give you a perspective on who's out there this holiday season.
That's an actual thing, though?
Yeah, child temperature sounds horrifying.
You can, so you can give a coffee to a kid and they don't burn their face off.
I would like a shower. Child
Makes
temperature. I'd like a hug. Child strength, please. Don't hurt me.
I hot liquid. I'm really sensitive to hot liquid. In Japan, they would say I have a nekojita, a cat tongue. So I usually just go for ice drinks when I go out for coffee, honestly. So because I'm too ashamed to order to say child temperature.
I would like a cat temperature beverage, please.
No, that's like lukewarm. That's like left out in the sun warm.
Brent, if you want a undeserved sense of superiority, I read a study once that Turkish people have higher rates of throat cancer than would be expected, and they think it's because Turkish coffee is drank so hot that it just destroys people as they drink it over a lifetime. So maybe you're just way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I'm like master race. I've evolved past that shit.
Exactly. You're next level.
Yeah, I'm practically fucking Wolverine over here.
That kind of like destroys the whole purpose of Turkish coffee and being able to read the grounds for your fortune. If you know by drinking it you'll die.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money being a Turkish fortune teller. And
it is
everybody you're getting throat cancer.
They have the best hit rates of any fortune teller.
I know a guy. He fucking cooks you a coffee in the sand. He gave me some financial advice you wouldn't believe. Also, I'm going to die very young from that hot scalding coffee destroying the inside of my entire neck. All right, see ya for lunch later, Bobo. That I don't know what character that was. I guess that's weird friend from work recommended you a Turkish fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
The classic bit. Everybody knows that one. I gotta take a break after that bit. My comedy batteries are drained.
Yeah, it's time for a break.
Merry Christmas.
Sounds good.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. ReviewBuddy.com, click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode where we are revisiting Upon Further Review. And in this week's Upon Further Review, we're going to talk about one of my favorite Christmas carols, one of my favorite holiday songs, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Has anyone heard that song before?
I think I've heard it today at least 5 or 6 times at work.
Good. Well, me too. I heard it plenty, but I still love it. Did you know when it originated or where it originated?
That would be 346 in the court of Constantine.
No, isn't that one of those 1780s Kazakhstani joints?
Of all the Kazakhstani places in all the world.
Was Kazakhstan exist? Was Kazakhstan exist?
I'll just
just go.
Take over.
Yeah.
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas was written for the movie Meet Me in St. Louis, which is a movie starring Judy Garland, among many others. And it's about a family who is actually leaving St. Louis to move to the big city because daddy got himself a job. And it's Christmas, but they're struggling. Like, they're knowing this is their last Christmas in the home that they've known their entire lives. And at the end of the movie, Judy Garland's character sings Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas to her younger sister, who's just like thrown a fit outside. She pushed over a snowman. It's sad times. The thing is, as originally written, the song was pretty bleak. The beginning of the song, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year, all our troubles will be out of sight. We all know that. As originally written, that line was, have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be your last. Next year, we may all be living in the past. And Judy Garland and her co-star and the director were like, dude, this is supposed to be not depressing. So he rewrote it to what we know. Also, as originally written, and you still hear this version sometimes, the line, until then we'll have to muddle through somehow. You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Is that one about?
You probably heard it one. It's just like...
It's about making cocktails, right?
It's pretty fitting for this year because we're muddling through a terrible year, but it was Frank Sinatra who wanted this song changed because he had... This is a quote. Frank Sinatra said, "The name of my album is A Jolly Christmas. Do you think you could jolly up that line for me?" So the new line, which you probably know better than the until then we'll have to muddle through somehow, is hang a shining star up on the highest bough, which I think is banger more than muddling through. It's like, we're just going to have to shuffle on until we die.
Is it bad? I like the depressing version. Does that say a lot about me?
That's probably because you heard Michael Bublé sing it, and then I can't blame you for that.
Michael Booby. No one does that joke. I'll bring it. I'm the first. All right.
One last change was made to the song. We're gonna get together if the fates allow. Was the opposite of that hang the shining star line.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's been, like, since it was in the movie until Pastor was like, I want to make it more churchy. Can I say, we'll all be together if the Lord allows? And the writer was like, actually, that's the way it was originally written. So sing it that way, which is crazy. For 60 years, it had gone. And then it got changed to that.
Either way, banger.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's it. A short upon further review. Do you guys have any reactions to that, or
Yeah,
just
well,
like we're already Christmas caroled out? Let's get past it.
Chris, what you got?
I've got two things. First, Matt, I want to congratulate you on that subtle burn on St. Louis when you said they were moving from St. Louis to the big city.
Oh, get out of here, Cardinals!
It was set in 1902. The movie.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
The Cardinals sucked back then too, dude.
Or 1904. Excuse me.
And then second, I actually don't have another reaction, but I do have a review for you guys. If you guys would like.
Oh,
I would love that.
I do.
Yeah.
I have two reviews. I'm going to give you guys the crappy one first. So if anybody's listening, you want to go get a drink or something, now's a good opportunity. All right. So this is speaking of muddling through and having a rough time. This is for a cocktail mix called a Dirty Snowball from allrecipes.com.
Oh boy.
The Dirty Snowball is described as a coffee, creme de menthe, and Irish cream shot that tastes like a chocolate mint candy. My apologies.
Ooh.
And this review comes from Chickadee, 2 out of 5 stars. I made a special trip to liquor store for the creme de menthe for this recipe. I hope I can find another recipe to use the liquor, as this one was not for me. Made as is and couldn't drink it, so I poured it over ice and added some half and half and a bit of regular milk. It was better, so I gave it to my husband. He said he got it down, but wasn't interested in having it again. Interesting that the photo of the drink on all recipes has no green color. My creme de menthe made the whole drink green. This is a wild ride. But in particular, I love that she took a shot, watered it down with a whole bunch of cream, was like, yeah, this isn't bad, and then just gave it to her husband, who apparently hated it.
Yeah, the husband really was like, listen, don't fucking give me that again.
I can just
it as him being like hating it.
He's got a cat tongue, I think.
I feel like this is a phenomenon of somebody making a shot and then being like, yeah, I just don't like the drink. I'm like, well, don't sip it. Like, there shouldn't be any left after you've tested it. That's
true. They're meant to be shotted,
right.
If it's made like that.
It's a quantity game here. People, come on.
It sounds good to me. I want to try it.
Right?
Yeah, sounds good. I'm not a drinker, but I'd try that.
For sure. This was fun.
I tried very hard to find a good recipe for a drink called a Nogtini, because that name is hilarious, but all the reviews were everybody just said it was really good. So yeah, that's what I got. I always will bring a drink, a blanket promise. If I ever return, I'll bring drink recipes again. On a second one? All right.
Slap us with it.
Give it to me.
So as you guys know, I'm a big board game fan, and this is for a board game called Smash Up. I don't know if either of you are familiar with it.
No.
So it's a card game, and you pick 2 decks from 2 different factions, and then you smash them up and play the game. So this is a review from Amanda on Amazon. The title is just the first line, so I'm not going to give you guys. This game is the worst. It would take a genius to understand the rule book. I bought this for my grandson and spent a whole 2 hours trying to read it until I just gave up and went back to watching daytime television. I can't believe I spent $75 on this. Whoa. I am demanding Amazon gives me my money back. Plus, the cartoons are graphic and violent and inappropriate for children. Wizards don't exist. I told myself I was going to get through that line without laughing, and didn't happen.
She told us, dude. She fucking told us.
Wizards don't exist. Don't bother buying this game unless you're some kind of nerd or sociopath.
I'm
why do they have to be?
I'm like 1.5 of those.
Shots fired. Just stick to Monopoly and Scrabble. Now there's a board game.
Oh yeah, Snorefest. Boo, boo.
What is she demanding? Amazon gives her money back. Just return it. I don't. That's an option, isn't it? Still, the United States of America, 2020.
No, I see that a lot. People on Amazon don't get that they should just talk to customer service. They just write a schmear piece and think the world is gonna bow down to them.
I love the idea that somebody at Amazon is reading every single customer review that's ever been put on Amazon. They said they want a review. They want it back. They want their money.
Hey,
Also,
you'd be surprised.
So this person, without context, I want to address the elephant in the room. The totally uncalled for declaration that wizards are not real.
That is out of left field.
There is a wizard faction in Smash Up.
Okay.
So presumably they are talking about this, but I wanted to cover some of the other, factions
that are real.
Which are real, yeah, like killer plants, Cthulhu cultists, cyborg apes, giant ants.
Oh, I'm definitely a cyborg ape guy myself. You know, old Brent, the old cyborg ape main. Everyone knows that.
I always had you pegged as one. It's good to see. It's good to see that really played out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where you guys stand on the board game thing. That's a lot of vitriol on one.
Yeah, game. I mean, is that just the base pack for $75? Did she get some expansion packs with that too?
I believe she must have bought some expansions as well, because the regular game's it's like $30. Yeah, it's not expensive.
Yeah,
Grandma needs to read some reviews before she buys.
Right?
Yeah, let's dunk on Grandma. ReviewParty.com. Get some, Grandma. Read reviews, sucker.
I mean, in her defense, all those reviews are left by nerds and sociopaths. So
that's sort of the show, isn't it? That's the whole reason we're making money out here.
Anyway, Amanda, I don't know what to tell you. The game's not terribly complicated.
Sometimes people just don't want to open their minds.
Right?
To new things, to wizards.
Nothing got me in the holiday spirit. Usually I'm the one instigating, calling out poor anonymous people across the internet. To have you boys come together over some hot cocoa and just dunk on some people that you don't know across the airwaves. Ooh, that's got me fired up. I'm going to read this review. This is a review for a flexible flyer metal runner sled, steel and wood steering snow slider. I would call it a toboggan myself.
It's a much more succinct way of saying it.
Yes.
Is this the classic vertical planks of wood, two red runners? Oh yeah,
gorgeous. It is adult size, 60 inches, folks. On Amazon, our reviewer today is Creative CA. They title it, "Make sure this is quote unquote legal in your area." Had to return these sleds because they are prohibited in Central Park, New York City for safety reasons, near where my grandchildren live. Only plastic slides are allowed, or the circular ones. So make sure that wherever you are planning on using them, that they are permitted. 1 star.
I am just picturing a world where children are going down hills on these, and the mounted police, stop there, son, get them.
Hands on the ground, punk.
But the kids just speed away on their toboggans, even uphill, that somehow are propelled.
I picture like a joyous Christmas scene, brother, sister laughing as they fly down the hill at speeds they've never felt like they've experienced, snow bearing down, mom and dad watching, and then a SWAT team jumps from behind the evergreens with their billy clubs out and just whoosh, 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 whoosh. Oh no!
Have you guys never read that famous Spider-Man annual where he teams up with the Fantastic Four to get rid of the scourge of tobogganers in Central Park? Yes.
This is the last time somebody toboggans over someone in my Central Park.
I've got to protect my city.
Spider-Man, yeah, and Venom. Venom is like running a toboggan gang.
That's how the Canadians are getting across the border, okay? Oh, this toboggan shenanigan.
Yeah, I pictured Venom possessed the toboggan. And that's the final fight of the comic is Spider-Man versus Toboggan Venom. And like you said, They sort of were marketing this one towards the Canadians. It wasn't really a Christmas
Niagara
thing.
Falls, yeah.
Yeah, you would still be. This issue is only sold at Niagara Falls.
Still New York, technically.
Kinda.
For any listeners who are saying that doesn't make sense, you couldn't ride a toboggan from Canada. Obviously, you can. Look at a globe. Canada is above the United States. It's a straight shot.
You were getting some mean momentum on that tobog. You gotta just grease the metal up. Spray it with Pam.
Do you guys have a popular go-to sledding destination in your hometowns?
Oh, I don't want to reveal my secrets.
I've got some good hills around my house, to be honest.
Oh, you guys will love this. The most popular hill in my town as a kid was colloquially known as Pizza Hut Hill. There's a Pizza Hut parking lot at the bottom of it.
Speaking of greasing it up.
I feel like, Matt, we grew up on the same river, which is a weird thing to say.
We grew up on the same river, boy.
We were working the same river all those years ago. So the thing about living in Illinois is there's no elevation changes unless there's water. And so every sled hill that I had growing up dead-ended directly into a large river. And I'm curious if that's the same experience you had growing up, Matt.
I had my driveway, which was very dangerous to go down because, eventually you would go to the road and to the river. In the woods around my house, there's an area where at the bottom of the hill, there's a little natural spring. So, like, for some reason, we thought it was a good idea to pile some sandbags so we could have a little jump. But after you landed from that jump, you would just land in this partially frozen sort of marsh. And you'd have to, like, paddle out like you were on a surfboard, because if you stepped out, you're sinking in the muck. And then I live right next to Fox River Grove. You're familiar with that area. There's the Norgie ski jump right there, visible from the Fox River. And just on the other side of that, there's this big hill that everyone sleds down over there, and it gets iced up. So if you hit a rough patch, oh my goodness, your insides get shaken up. But it's a lot of fun.
There's a part of me that always wanted to have the experience of taking one of those little like round saucer sleds off of the ski jump. But then there's a separate part of me that doesn't want to break numerous bones in my body.
Yeah.
That has always fought back against it.
No, you gotta like bring Kirby style, like bring a blanket that like parachutes out and you happily float back down.
I don't know. You know that 3/4 of the way down, you're gonna spin backwards and everything's gonna be terrifying.
You're gonna panic. You're gonna try to get off the sled, but you're gonna have too much momentum. So your sled goes flying, but you go flying right behind it.
Next thing you know, you got a toboggan straight up your ass. How do you explain that one? How do you explain that one to Grandma when she comes to visit at the hospital? Yeah, it's a sledding accident. Yeah, I landed on my tailbone. No. Yeah, that'd be rough. You got a review. You got a little finale review for us?
I'm just gonna read it. We don't have to comment on it much.
Okay.
This is the Laugh Cat Mermaid Tail Blanket Knit Crochet Mermaid Blanket for adult, oversized sleeping blanket. It basically is like a sleeping bag, but it's a mermaid tail. Amazon user Jess C titles her review, "Something fishy about my order." The first thing I noticed before opening was that the color looked nothing like their image of the blanket, posted pic for comparison. Once I opened it, I was overwhelmed with the most disgusting smell that can only be described as rotten crotch. The blanket was dry, so it wasn't a mold smell, but rather a sick joke. I mean, yes, a mermaid would be considered a fish, but come on. I swear, if I put this blanket outside, it would attract stray cats. It's disgusting, and now I'm out an Xmas gift. 1 star.
Hey, happy holidays, folks.
Yeah, let that one sit with you a moment.
That's wonderful.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like the smell of crotch.
At least she seems strangely cool with it. Like, She's a realist. Jesse is like, well, this is a 1 star, but I mean, I know what it is now.
Don't let it ruin your day.
Yeah. I want my money back. No, she's level-headed.
I do like that she addressed that it was what a mermaid would smell like.
That puts the Little Mermaid in an entirely new light, doesn't it?
Cool. It's a light I don't want to see Ariel in.
Yeah, you think when Ursula made Ariel have legs, she took away the mermaid stank too?
I assume. Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's got to all be in the tail, right? Like,
it's all in the tail. Oh man, I just imagine I have an aunt and uncle that get lobster every year for New Year's. They have like steak and lobster, which I think is a cool tradition. But I think the only thing more sort of decadent and luxurious than lobster tails, mermaid tails. Imagine having mermaid tails on fucking New Year's. What a way to start your year. That's what I'm doing this year. I think that's all the time we have, guys. Happy holidays to our listeners. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed our holiday special. And a big thanks to Chris for being here. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's not Christmas without you.
Now that I've done this, I can finally record a disclaimer for you guys. It doesn't sound like I'm like 50 feet away from my microphone.
That one's for the heads. Yeah, thanks, man. You got anything you want to plug? Any plugs for folks?
I have a podcast I used to do called That's What I Meant. If people like trivia, they can go listen to that. And if you like trivia podcasts in general, I'll just plug things that I like No Such Thing as a Fish, which is a good podcast. Go listen to it.
Hey, your podcast is coming back. I'm gonna be on your butt about that until
it's still going right now. It's a new host right now, so people should still check it out.
Yeah,
it's rocking and rolling.
It's your birth child, and someday you'll be back hosting it and lending your beautiful voice. I believe in my heart of hearts, and if not, it's still a great show. Anyway, yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Yeah, biggest thanks to you guys, as I said. This is reviewparty.com. New episodes every Tuesday morning. Tuesday Reviews Day. # that shit for your grandma. And if you'd like to send us an absurd review to be featured on those Tuesday episodes, please send an email with a hyperlink to a wacky ass review to reviewparty.com at gmail.com. Include your name. Matt, take this away from me. I can't plug any longer.
You can find more stuff from us on the social media places. On Twitter, we are at ReviewPartyPod. On Instagram, we are at ReviewParty.com. Follow us there. You'll feel like you're part of the show, part of the magic, almost every day of the week. You can also go to our website, ReviewParty.com, where you can read the blog, where cool review-adjacent things get written. You can see all of the episodes there. You can subscribe to the After Party Review newsletter, where we just say, hey, every now and then.
Whoa.
And you can head to our shop, where you can not only find like reviewparty.com merch, but you can also find links to the Amazon products that we feature on this silly show here. So you can get your own stinky crotch mermaid blanket.
Yeah, this episode's probably coming out too late to mention this, but what better belated Christmas gift for a Review Party fan than a reviewparty.com sweatshirt? Nothing. What, New Year's gift? Valentine's.
MLK Day.
MLK Day. A little review party. Hey, happy MLK Day. Here's a shirt of your favorite podcast. And speaking of our favorite things, happy holidays and big thanks to our buddies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast. You can find more great tunes from them on Spotify. Nosebleeds, one word. Happy holidays, folks. Merry effing Christmas. I've got a finisher. This is one of those finishers that I didn't go looking for it. It went looking, it found me.
Uh-huh.
And this is a review for the Monopoly Disney Nightmare Before Christmas board game.
Ooh.
Amazon customer titles their review, "It's okay," and they write, "It's okay." 5 stars.
What? Oh.
Hey, I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
Thanks for listening. Happy holidays and take it easy, folks.